Welcome to Perth Home Community Theatre, a series of one-act plays written and performed by local writers and actors. Today, at 10 the time will be a farce on the nature of time travel written for radio by James Forte, with Rachel Vonk as Acacia, Sean Sislow as Bob, and Chris McRae as Deep Dark. Sound engineering and effects by Guy Jackson, directed by Chris McRae and produced by Perth at Home Theatre Company. In a university physics laboratory, Acacia explores the properties of the rare element chronosium. To her surprise, it appears that when supplied with a small electrical current, it can be made to move, not in space, but in the temporal dimension. She can build a time machine. But is it that simple? We hope you enjoy At 10 the time will be.
Physics Lab 3, a home sweet home. Forgotten what the real world looks like.
It'll work.
Nah, bet you it doesn't.
It will.
Not?
How much?
The sum total of my funds may be approximated by the numbers 0 to 3 decimal places. How much do you have?
$20?
Tell you what, if you win, I borrow it off you, then buy you spaghetti at Ciao Italia. If I win, you buy.
Either way, I'm stuck with a clown who can only talk about quantum mechanics or recite shady limericks.
Kasia, I promise.
It's a bet. Been running simulations all night, and the equations say that it works. I knew it would. You're buying tonight.
Got a great Chianti too.
You mean some rock gut you put in a Chianti bottle? I've drunk your wine before. Never again. To work. I need the chronosium. With this ordinary mobile phone, I will demonstrate great scientific wonders.
Go on then.
I programmed it last night. I take these two leads from the phone and attach them to the ball of chronosium. I select a time interval and it puts a calibrated current through the ball and poof, the space around the ball jumps. Not in ordinary dimensions, in the time dimension.
It time travels?
Yep, the simulations say we have a time machine. We could use that cupboard as a TARDIS.
This I've got to see.
Do me a favour? Go and get the lump of chronosium from Deep Dark?
Oh, Lance, the lab manager, why me?
Because you lost the bet and I'm setting up the experiment.
It's just, he keeps on telling you things you already know about what could go wrong. Then he threatens if you break his rules to do something that'll disfigure you permanently.
Must be hell trying to maintain some order around here.
Why Deep Dark?
Duh, his name's Woods. But mainly because his storeroom's in the Deep Dark basement.
Something out of a nightmare?
We need to be super careful with this time travel stuff.
It's dangerous?
The maths. The simulations show that if a person meets themselves in some time
Like
zone...
a paradox?
It's a logical impossibility, an event that can't exist.
So what happens?
Don't know, not good.
Right, we'll be extra careful then. Mustn't meet ourselves.
It gets worse. If we reach a critical mass of chronosium, then we could have an EO2 event.
Oh, shit. What's that?
Time doesn't exist. EOTU. End of the universe. It logically vanishes.
The universe. All of it.
Yep.
Do lab procedures allow
Lab
that?
procedures stop existing.
And we...
No more we.
Oh my god.
Just go and get the stuff, please. Must keep experimental notes. 9:15. Bob Cops leaves to collect the lump of chronosium. Wearing ugly blue hat.
Miss Grove, we need to talk.
Lance, did you see Bob Cops? He's gone to get the
The
chronosium.
purpose of my visit. We have almost the entire world's supply of chronosium here in this university.
Yes, I know.
We bought it for the prof's experiments on dark energy.
Yes, I know.
But they didn't work. The stuff is totally inert. So the prof said you could have it for a couple of days.
Yes, I know.
It's very, very expensive.
Yes, I know.
I'll call in later, check you have appropriate safety and security measures in place.
The prof says there'd need to be twice as much as what we've got to have critical mass. For any chemical or nuclear reaction.
The prof's not responsible for lab safety. I am. If If I think you're not meeting lab safety procedures, I have the power to close you down.
Of course, Lance. Thank you for the warning.
Very well, Miss Grove. I'll be back in half an hour.
Deep dark by name, deep dark by nature.
Yet starting with only a dime.
Aha! Where'd you come from?
You mean when? What time is it?
20 past 9?
It works. I've just come from 10 to 10 in this trusty old wooden cupboard sort of TARDIS.
With a red hat, an attaché case, a ball of chronosium and the phone controller?
Just like you said.
Are you feeling okay? No bad effects from the time shift?
Nah.
Leave the chronosium in the corner over there.
I've got some news for you.
What?
Next race at Flemington is won by Slow as a Slug.
What a ghastly name.
Can make us super rich at 20 to 1. I just need some money to bet on it. Will give me this case to hold all the money.
I don't have any money.
What about that $20? Oh, wait a minute. What's the case doing here?
Where'd you get that case?
You just gave it to me. I told you.
What?
Before I time jumped, it was just there where the other one is.
Ah, it's the same one.
It can't be.
I give it to you sometime in the future. You bring it back to now, it's the same one.
But you said I mustn't meet myself. What happens if a case meets
How
itself?
the hell should I know?
What happens if they touch?
It's only chronosium that causes an EO2.
Are you sure?
We're scientists. Let's slowly, very, very slowly, bring the two cases together. It's okay for objects. If people meet themselves, just get that thing out of here.
$20?
It's not much.
Doesn't need to be. Don't you see? We can use it multiple times.
Of course. We can do this recursively. You bring back the winnings, $20 at 20 to 1, that's $400. Then you can go back in time and do it again.
$8,000 and then again $160,000. Fantastic. We're going to be millionaires.
We'll need to be careful. The bookies will get suspicious.
I'll go to Honest Sam's. He can afford $400.
Get going or we'll run out of time.
That's just it. We can't run out of time. It's impossible. Yes.
I have a horrible suspicion I'm going to need more notes to keep track of time. 9:25. Bob Copps leaves to place bet of $20 wearing a red hat.
And returned on the previous night. This is fun.
Ah! Get away from there. Stop. Walk very slowly towards me. Do not drop the ball.
What's wrong?
What are you carrying?
$400 worked a charm.
And?
Nothing, just the chronosium.
And what's that over there?
Shit, where'd that come from?
You left it here a minute ago.
I thought this was all there was in the world.
It is. It's the same ball in two different time streams.
Oh, like the case meaning itself.
But cases are not made of time-changing stuff.
Your
Are
simulations...
quite clear. If those two balls touch, we have an EO2.
You mean boom?
They get too close. They touch. We have critical mass. Biggest boom you've ever heard. End of the universe. Just put it down in that other corner over there.
This is scary.
You better get along to the bookies. Not Honest Sam's. You've been there before. You'd meet yourself. This is getting complicated.
Turf Accountant Ted, top of the high street.
And get yourself a bigger case. You stand out too much in that ugly yellow hat.
You told me... Will tell me that I have to wear it. Keep track of which time jump I'm doing.
Well, tell future me to choose a better colour for you for your next one. Get going. This is out of control. Note, 9:30, yellow hat, $400. She knew,
but she went easy as pie. I'm taking you out to a private room with lots of wine. No, the balls I forgot. What do I do now?
Move very carefully over here. Give me the chronosium.
This is getting bloody dangerous. I got the bet on all right. $400 at 20 to 1, 8,000. Another bet.
One more. I don't think I can take much more of this. Not Honest Sam's, not Turf Accountant Ted.
Luxury loo behind the police station. Okay. I'll see you soon.
Note, last bet, 9:35. Green hat, $8,000. definitely last time. Oh my god, Deep Dark's coming to see me.
Miss Grove, I just saw Mr. Cops going out. He looked like a dog with 5 tails.
Yes, I know.
Time for your lab inspection.
Yes, I know.
If you pass, I will issue the chronosium to you.
Yes, I know.
But if you fail, I will be putting in an adverse report to the safety committee.
Yes, I know.
I'm on the lookout for someone to scrub out the first year labs for the next 2 terms. You and Mr. Cops would be excellent candidates.
Same formula for blindingly obvious assertions followed by a dire threat.
Your lab is looking tidier. But what's this case doing here?
Please give it to me.
What are you doing?
Let go of it.
No need to get hysterical. Here.
I'm really, really going to need that.
What's this? Looks like chronosium. That's supposed to be locked in my store. How did you get it?
It's not real chronosium. It's a dummy ball we made up to practice lab safety procedures.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's particularly forward-thinking of you. Well done.
Don't take that ball into that corner.
Hold on a minute. There's another ball over here.
That's a dummy too. My safety procedure says we have to try keeping balls apart.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a third one over there. So what happens if I roll this one towards that one?
Ah!
Bravo, Miss Grove. A fine save. Have you thought about trying out as a goalkeeper for our university women's football team?
Lance, please, for safety, just leave that other ball where it is.
What's wrong with you?
I think my phone is ringing.
I didn't hear anything.
Hello? Yes, he's here. The linear curvation lab? Okay, I'll tell him. Lance, did you hear that? They need you.
Doubt it. Now, where are your fire extinguishers?
They sounded desperate. Something about an exponential deceleration?
Sounds like my horse at Flemington. Oh, which reminds me. Damn, won by some nag called Slow as a Slug.
Yes, I know. I mean, was it? Bad luck.
The bookies just keep getting richer.
Not this week. And they said something about the reactor has gone anti-gravity, going to smash its way through the ceiling?
What? Young idiots, students of today. Here, stop this one.
Ah! I'm gonna dangle so much money in front of you.
Sheesh, nearly bumped into Deep Dark. Thundering down the corridor, screaming something about blithering morons.
In that case, you got the money?
Yeah, 160,000. Luxury Lou didn't even have that much in the shop. Gave me 10,000 in cash and a check for the rest.
Wonderful.
We are super rich.
We are super in trouble. You're due back from Turf Accountant Ted any second, and you mustn't meet yourself. And I have to launch you back in time 3 times. That's enough time loops for now.
I'm getting dizzy.
I've decided we're jumping out of the recursion. Now, grab this chronosium and hide in here until I bang on the door.
What, you're gonna let me sit silently for a minute?
Mm-hmm. And take this ball of chronosium with you. I wonder if I've got time for a tea and a biscuit. Nope. For God's sake, can you just give me 5 minutes?
Huh?
Don't worry.
It worked again. Turf Accountant Ted was not happy, but he came good with the 8,000.
Okay, we have to do it a third time. Wear this green hat. Use the keypad to put in 25. Now that's how many minutes you're going back. Now get in there and press call.
Did you hear about the girl from Ghent? Or Kent? Trent? There was a young woman from Trent who said that she knew what it meant. When invited to dine, private room, lots of wine.
Yeah, heard it a while back. Here we go again.
Like my new case, other wasn't big enough.
Let me guess, you've got $400 in it?
Of course I have. Honest Sam was fine. Paid up like a gentleman.
Here, you should be used to the process by now. Wear this ghastly yellow hat. Use the keypad to put in 30. Now go, press call.
For my second trip, I shall recite a poem.
Not another limerick. I don't think I can take much more of your poetry.
I can give you someone else's, called Relativity by Reginald Buller from 1923. There was a young lady named Bright, whose speed was much faster than light. She set out one day in a relative way.
Yeah, heard that one too.
Here you go, 1 ball of chronosium. Couldn't find Deep Dark, his store was locked. Had to get the cleaners to let me in.
Yes, I know. Ugh, I must stop saying that.
Left him a note saying we had it.
I will be made aware of that fact.
What?
Listen, I have to give you certain information. It's important. We've made a lot of money, bucket loads to support our research. Now we have to maintain temporal integrity.
What the hell's that?
Certain things have happened or are about to happen, and we have to make sure that they happen in the right order.
Through time travel?
If we get them wrong, we have you meeting yourself. The paradox. Logical impossibility. I don't know what will happen to you, but it isn't good.
Why me? Why don't you do it?
Because I already know that I don't.
I need a drink.
You don't have time. It's nearly 10. Here, put on this red hat.
Why?
Because you're wearing it when I next see you.
Huh?
Remember, this is important. Slow as a Slug has just won at Flemington. Odds at 20 to 1. Get it?
Slow as a slug, 20 to 1. Got it.
Good. Put everything you've got on it. You'll need this to hold the money.
I don't think bookies accept bets after the... Oh! But I'm broke. Let me have your 20.
I don't have it anymore. Don't worry, I'll give it to you where you're going. I mean, when you're going.
Sometime before the race.
Next, this is even more important. Never let this ball come anywhere near the other balls of Chronosium.
There aren't any other balls. We've got the world's supply right here.
There will be. Take my word for it. If they touch and make critical mass, then we have an EO2 event.
The end of the universe?
Here. It's simple. Use the keypad to put in 30. That's how many minutes you're going back. Now, get into the cupboard, close the door, and push call.
This had better work. In honor of the occasion of the world's first trip through time, I shall compose and recite a poem.
I've heard your poetry. It's terrible.
Not my fault I can only do limericks. My life would become so sublime if I could just travel through time. To gambling I'd take, my fortune I'd make.
Miss Grove, there's something strange going on here. There was no message from the linear curcubation lab.
Yes, I know.
And Mr. Cops has taken the chronosium from my score, left me a scribbled note. There's a form. This is most improper. University regulations.
Yes, I know.
Where is it? If you cannot show me what you're doing with it, I shall have to report you to the head of department.
Yes, I know.
Well, where is it?
It's not here. Hold on. That's only 3 times. You have to make 4 obvious assertions. It's the rule.
Gibbering about. If you're not well, you should go home.
Yes, I know.
Well?
Lance, I can promise you sincerely that I will return the ball of chronosium to you in a few minutes. At 10 o'clock. I promise.
Very well, Miss Grove. You have 10 minutes. Then I have no alternative but to record a non-compliance with lab standards.
Has he really gone? Okay, let's get Bob out of the change room.
I heard all that. We've won. We can show the profit works, get loads of money for more research, and the world's supply of the only stuff that time travels. Do it again and again, you get your doctorate, there's a Nobel Prize with our name on it. High five!
Yes, I know. Oh, I have to stop saying that.
100 should be enough. Come on. Early lunch at Ciao Italia with some real Chianti, remember? Private room, lots of wine.
Wait. I've got to get the chronosium back to Deep Dark. It's nearly 10, I promise.
Don't you see? We can have lunch and still get that lump of stuff back by 10.
I don't know.
You can have the fun this time, going in the cupboard. Just duck into the change room for 5 minutes so you don't meet yourself when you jump back. I'll be here to coordinate.
Okay, let me get this right. We go off to lunch, then after I get into the cupboard and jump back to now, take the chronosium to Deep Dark and we're all happy.
Yep, just wait for a couple minutes in the change room. Easy. Just wait here with the chronosium till she jumps back from the party and she can take it back to bloody Deep Dark. Come on, it's almost 10.
It works. Great lunch. Not so steady on my feet.
Careful, we've got 2 balls now.
Don't let them touch.
Oh no!
You have been listening to At 10 the Time Will Be by James Forte, with Rachel Vonk as Acacia, Sean Sislow as Bob, and Chris McRae as Deep Dark. Sound engineering and effects by Guy Jackson. It was directed by Chris McRae and produced by Perth at Home Theatre Company. Please join us again for another production in the Perth Home Community Theatre series. Until then, goodbye.